Hello and welcome back to the Matrix Green Pill podcast. I'm Hilmarie Hutchison. Today I'm so excited to introduce Anand Kumar, the Managing Director of Abra, a UAE-based leader in luxury retail fit-outs. Anand's inspiring journey from intern to executive and his visionary leadership have propelled Abra to new heights, redefining luxury retail spaces across the Middle East and Africa. Anand, welcome and thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you, Hilmarie. Pleasure to be on the podcast and looking forward to our conversation.
So to start, could you tell our listeners a little bit about yourself, your journey, your background, and how you ended up here in the UAE?
My journey in UAE started right at birth. So I was born and raised in Dubai, and I completed my schooling and higher education locally. And during my early years, I gained experience working in events, which eventually led me to join my father's business. So this is a family business when he needed the extra hand. And yeah, I've been deeply involved since.
Fantastic. Your rise from an intern at Abra to becoming the managing director is an incredible journey. What were some of the key highlights or challenges along the way that shaped your leadership style?
Yeah, during my university days, when I began as an intern, I was handling some of the internal administrative tasks, liaising with the government entities for visa related processes. And after joining the business full time, I actually had the opportunity to work on some new accounts, so some new clients who had inquiries, and these were in the electronic segments, and it was during the peak of the LED TV popularity. So there was this phase where everybody was launching LED TVs, and or each brand was trying to do one up on the other. This journey led to some great positive feedback from the clients on the projects that I was able to manage for these new accounts, and it really boosted my confidence and motivated me to take on more responsibilities. And over time, I gained a deeper understanding of the business functions, from developing new opportunities to the design functions, the operations functions. So this is a bit about that journey. When you ask me about some of the defining moments in my journey at Abra, these include like identifying a niche within luxury retail and building some strong relationship with the top tier brands. Another significant milestone was our first project for a leading luxury brand that traditionally imported for these markets that we currently serve. That was a major win to get them to move from their source market in Europe to building local in Dubai. Other highlights that are more recent that I can think of are like our purpose-built facility where we operate from currently, which was built in 2018. And then most recently expanding into Saudi Arabia. And we've managed to do all of this while maintaining a focus on quality, timelines, and exceptional customer service.
Fantastic. So, having started in such a junior role and having worked in all these different parts of the business, that insight will certainly help you in the way that you manage the team and the way that you manage the business.
That's right, yeah.
For our audience who might not know Abra, could you please tell us a little bit about Abra and what it does?
So I'll give you a bit of history. The business began in 92 as a print shop specializing in screen printing services. And shortly after, we expanded into the acrylic fabrication space to cater to the point of sale material, or more commonly known as POSM market. And by 2002, around 2002, actually, a client approached us to handle larger projects ranging from the mall podiums and some of their in-store merchandising. So this actually led us to adding some other in-house departments like joinery, which was like carpentry works and paint works. Come 2018, during the market correction, we had the opportunity to reassess our strategy. This reflection resulted in a focus shift towards the luxury segment. And this is where we've actually organically grown over the past 17 years. So yeah, this is a bit of history and, where we are at the current moment. So our focus today is on serving the luxury retail industry across the fit out requirements. And this spans Middle East, Africa, Asia, and we're now expanding into other parts of the world like Europe.
And what I love about the story of Abra is how the company started with one thing and then evolved and grew and adapted based on the needs of the market. So when you're filling a market gap or a gap in the market, it's a lot easier to grow. So that is what Abra has done. It's not just said, well, this is one thing we do and we stick to that. The company has grown and evolved today to being a luxury retail fit-out company. Absolutely fantastic. Let's shift gears a little bit and talk about a subject we love to talk about here on the Green Pill podcast, is sustainability.
Right.
I know that sustainability has become a core focus for many industries, including retail. How has Abra integrated sustainability and energy efficient practices into its projects?
The sustainability for us is a core driver of our strategy, and it aligns closely with the values of many of our clients also. So some of our key environmental friendly initiatives, so there are a few that, we've taken up at Abra over the years, and the biggest of which is using solar energy. So we installed a large solar power plant on our factory rooftop to reduce the reliance on conventional energy sources. So this has been one of the biggest initiatives we've taken. Second one that I can think of is using biofuel in our vehicles. So this means that our delivery vehicles are powered by repurposing cooking oil. So it really minimizes the fossil fuel consumption. A third one is also offering storage solutions. So implementing storage strategies that reduce the need for multiple imports. So this significantly reduces the carbon footprint on project. And last but not the least, we also often collaborate with the client on suggesting green material alternatives. We collaborate with the clients on a project basis to recommend suitable substitution for traditional materials that are not green, and try and introduce them into products. So more and more the projects can be eco-friendly or certified as certain level of sustainability in terms of achievement. And so these are a few, let's say, standout things that we do in the factory and across projects. And we also conduct annual audits of our practices to ensure that there's continuous improvement in our sustainability efforts. This enables us to identify new opportunities as well to, minimize the environmental impact, because as you might also know, there is it's a space that's continuously advancing, and there are new initiatives that are out there, so that we try and imbibe that are relevant for our industry.
Yes, I love that you are constantly looking for ways to be more sustainable, to employ more sustainable practices in your business. That's excellent. You operate a 150,000 square foot facility with over 350 skilled professionals. That is no small feat. How do you ensure quality and precision across such a wide range of products and materials and people?
So, we've actually crossed the 400 people mark just towards the end of the year. And quality has really been the cornerstone of our growth. It's been a driving factor of our evolution from a small business to its current state, equally vital for all our clients who sell high-end goods globally. So at Abra, quality of work is not just a value. So it's one of our 6 values, but it's also a principle we uphold daily. So now coming to how we ensure it. So we ensure consistent quality across all departments and personnel through our teams that receive regular training and updates on the specific materials and processes they work with. So that's like a key part of ensuring that, there's updated quality standards the teams are maintaining. And additionally, we also implement rigorous quality control measures, which are in-process quality checks within our project management and production process, and also thorough inspections at 3 critical stages in a project. So we do it a couple of times when the project is within the factory, and also at site before we hand over the project, to make sure that every project meets the highest standard.
That makes absolute sense. With such a big group of people, amazing, 400, congratulations. That's a fantastic growth. As you said, to manage big projects, so many people, you absolutely need to have systems in place. And those systems is for the training, for quality control, for inspections. Excellent. Very, very good. You are a member of Corporate Connections UAE. In that role, you play a key role in fostering collaboration and interaction with top executives. What is the importance of networking in growing a business?
Networking is an interesting topic, and people often think of it as whether they need to do it or whether it's worth the time. So I'd like to quote the saying, "Your network is your net worth." So during my stint with Corporate Connections, I've had the privilege of interacting with seasoned professionals and successful business owners who shared their insights and guided me along the way. So building a strong network and being able to openly discuss challenges has been invaluable in terms of having a sounding board for feedback and advice. And I'd also like to share an example of this. So the power of networking has actually been a vital part of our expansion into KSA last year. So it was made possible with the support and guidance of the connections who had already had experience setting up in the market and doing business there. So yeah, this goes on to prove how impactful the right network can be.
I think that's very important. As you say, I think as you progress in your journey, in your career, having like minded people to bounce things off as a sounding board is so important. For a young person starting out in their career, what tips would you give them on how do they go about building this network?
The network can be built from various places. So there are obviously organized networks like corporate connections that offer networking opportunities. Some of them are focused on industry, some of them are focused on young entrepreneurs, some on seasoned professionals. So really, if you have a need to network or you feel the need to interact with more people within a certain, let's say, industry community, you just have to go out there and look for the right network. And sometimes also about trying multiple networks till you find the one that best suits you and you vibe with or gel with the best.
So there are already established networks. And so look for one within your industry or within your area of interest and then go and join them. And in that way, you can start becoming part of different networks. And I think that was a nice tip you gave. Don't just try one, join several and then find the one that you best align with or that you best, that you gel with the best.
Indeed. If there isn't that one network that exists, you can always build one. So you start within your own circle with colleagues in your office, with people in within the industry. You do a small meetup over dinner or coffee, and then you can sort of build and agree to become a place for sharing best practices within the circle you wish to build. So there's always a way to make that work.
Excellent. Also, another good tip if it's not there, then build it yourself. Start creating one yourself. Staying on the line of giving tips, what advice would you give to aspiring leaders who are looking to grow within an organization and take on executive roles like you have at Abra?
So my advice to aspiring leaders would be to be proactive in seeking out opportunities to learn and grow. So networking that we discussed earlier is a great way. But yeah, to learn and grow both within and outside your current role. So it could be, finding growth opportunities in a personal capacity on some soft skills, for example. And then also focus on building a deep understanding of the business and industry while developing strong relationships with key stakeholders. So I think that goes a long way. Again, touches upon a bit on the networking part. And lastly, I'd say embrace challenges as I found them as opportunities for growth and not to shy away from failure. So learn from it and continuously adapt.
Excellent. Some very good tips. Thank you for sharing that. Looking to the future, what are the plans or what are your plans for Abra's growth and innovation in the luxury retail fit out space? And what trends do you see shaping the industry in the coming years?
The future of retail is quite exciting. It's the one that often comes up as, what is the future of retail? So, only time will tell. Some of my insights are that while online shopping continues to grow, I think offline retail remains an essential part of the experience, especially in the luxury segment where the in-store experience, the ability to touch and feel products, and the option to try on items is still key, and people enjoy that experience. And looking ahead, we see that the as Abra, we see that the integration of more technology into stores as a major trend. alongside sustainability also becoming increasingly important. Besides this, store layouts are also evolving from simply focusing on stock keeping to creating a dynamic mix of experiences that engage customers on a deeper level. So, creating various touch points and interaction points between the customer and the brand at the store level. So the future of retail is all about blending, I think, the physical presence with innovation and sustainability as people are more and more conscious of the impact on the environment.
So there's a lot to look forward to. It's not going to stay the same. Certainly, it's going to keep changing, keep evolving the way that Abra has done in the last, around 35 years. So Abra is going to continue to grow and evolve. And I look forward to watching your journey as you continue in this space. Now we have come to the segment of our show where I will ask you some rapid fire questions, our version of a game show. Are you ready?
Yes.
What's the most exciting project that you've worked on at Abra?
The largest project we have in Dubai Mall, which is a 7,000 square feet multi-brand watch and accessory store. It's called Mason Looks. So this is one of the, largest projects in the mall, and, just the sheer size of it makes it a special project. Thinking of Saudi, it's only been a year there, and we completed a boutique for Guerlain, which was the first of its kind for the market to fully build it there. So that was really special. And I'd also like to touch upon a project we completed in Africa, which was a project in Abidjan, which is a stunning multi-brand boutique. So yeah, these are some of the top three, I think, that comes to mind.
Excellent. Can you mention one key trait you believe every leader should possess?
I think it would be in a business sense, but also in other leadership. I think it's about persistence and perseverance. I think that would be the key skill that gets you far.
Super. What is your go-to strategy for managing stress during tight project deadlines?
Tight project deadlines are, reality of the industry. As much as, we like to plan ahead, partner with the client on making sure we set up the right timelines. There are always, unforeseen challenges that come up. So I think the best way to manage is to have a very strong communication between the stakeholders and make sure that, any changes are well informed and that everybody's on the same page, even if there are delays, that it's sort of communicated in a way that it's understood. The communication goes a long way in making sure that it's acceptable.
Yeah, I think that is true. Communication is so important. What is one thing that you do every day, no matter how busy you get?
Oh, so something that we've started doing at Abra over the last couple of years are the morning huddles. Each department head gets together with their team and does that morning huddle that sets the tone for the day. So that's really useful in making sure we have to do less calling, emailing, following up within the teams. So I think that's one thing that we like to do now as a habit. It's almost like we get up in the morning and brush our teeth, we come in and do our huddles.
Side question, is that from Patrick Lencioni?
Yes, I think Patrick Lencioni touches upon that, and we picked it up also from Scaling Up.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for playing along. That was easy enough. Now, I would like to ask our signature question about your green pill moment. What green pill advice would you give to your younger self?
A green pill advice that I would probably give even younger version would be to embrace the importance of balance between work and personal life, ambition and well-being. I would think like taking risks while staying grounded, because easy to get caught up in the hustle and, let's say, the pursuit of success. But I think the long-term growth and fulfillment come from prioritizing sustainable way of growing, learning from failures, and building meaningful connections along the way. So I think that really satisfies me in making sure that the connections built and the interactions are long term.
Very good. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story and for sharing that green pill advice that you would give to your younger self. I'm sure our audience will also benefit from listening to your journey. Thank you again for joining me today. Your journey from intern to managing director at Abra, coupled with your visionary leadership and dedication to sustainability, is truly inspiring. I've learned so much about the incredible work Abra is doing in redefining luxury retail spaces and your valuable insights into leadership and innovation. So before we say goodbye, could you please tell our listeners where they can find and follow you? And we'll also put this in the show notes.
We are very active on social media, specifically on LinkedIn and on Instagram. So you'll find all of what's happening with us, the latest project, the latest activities that we're doing within the team, within the factory, and even upcoming roles and things like that. So please look us up on the socials. You'll find us as Abra on LinkedIn, and you can also find us on Instagram if you look for Abra.
Excellent. Thank you again for joining me today. I wish you and Abra all the very best.
Thank you, Hilmarie.
To our listeners, we hope you've enjoyed this conversation as much as I have. Don't forget to subscribe to the Matrix Greenpool podcast for more inspiring stories and insightful discussions. If you'd like to learn more about Anand and Abra, check out the links in the show notes. And again, thank you for tuning in. And until next time, take care and keep exploring those Greenpool moments of wisdom.
If you enjoy our conversations, please like and subscribe. See you next Wednesday.